20 best hand traps in order. Let's go. The format has evolved dramatically now because Yummy of Destruction is taking over the meta. That's what I call it. You might call it Azamina Yummy. I call it Yummy of Destruction, but Azamina Yummy is taking over the format. It's everywhere and you cannot stop the deck. It's very reminiscent of like Mermail or reminiscent of Malice, those heavy combo decks that you just can't stop. And if you let them play, you insta lose. Out of the hundreds and hundreds of matches that I've played, I have never lost Azamina Yummy once. So that changes the format in... Let me repeat that. I have lost. But when you set up the whole board, when I set up the whole board, I've never lost. So that changes the hand traps that you're going to want to play in the format because hand traps that were good before might not be the same now. So let's get straight into this video. Before we do, check out my Yummy Azamina Masterclass. It's going to be 1 week from today, Friday the 13th, because it's going to be a scary day that day. The nightmare of every Yu-Gi-Oh player on the planet that does not play Yummy Azamina. But for you guys, it'll be the best day in the universe. I'm hosting a Yummy Azamina Masterclass, showing you everything about this deck. What the goal of it is to save you hundreds of hours of testing time that I have had just in the lab, non-stop, 15 to 20 hours a day. Everything you need to know about all the combos, all the deck lists you could play, a whole spreadsheet for you, a bunch of replays. I've spent so much effort on it. So go check out the live Yummy Azamina Masterclass, or if you join the metafy, you can get it for free. All right, with that being said, let's get straight into the best 20 hand traps in order. Number 1, by a landslide, is Fualos. The only way to save you from any Yummy Azamina slop deck, and there's so many out there, and Yummy Azamina is not the only one. Any deck that capitalizes on Azamina cards, and Mitsurugi is gonna make a comeback. Mitsurugi Azamina, Azamina Orcus. You guys have no idea. This is gonna change the way and Camellia is gonna change the way that the whole format is. Azamina, Yummy, Camellia is the best deck by a landslide, and that's all you need for Fualos in your deck. It's your only chance. It's your only chance. It still also puts up a respectable board. You're gonna put up 2 Omni Negates and 1 Link 1, 1 Level 1 through 3 draws. It's still extremely respectable. Like 3 draws, you have all the Yummy interrupts and 2 Omnis, you still fucking lose. But that's your only chance. You don't have another chance. You need to draw Fua. You cannot draw like Ash, Imperm, Veiler, Bell. Those 4 hand traps lose to 2 cards. You have those 4 hand traps, you know, Veiler, Imperm, Ash, you know, like shit hand traps, like the 1-for-1 hand trap. You will never win. You could have 4 of them. 1 Cupsy and 1 Black Witch plays through 5. I'm not kidding. You gotta Imperm Bell the Cupsy, right? Imperm Cupsy, Bell minion. The opponent goes wanted. So in Black Witch effect, you gotta Imperm that too. Then you gotta, you know, Ash the Dark Magician of Destruction. Then that's 4 hand traps. They just go Camellia, send, engage, Kagari, add, engage. You're fucked. You want to Bell the Kagari? They just use it. There's 2 cards. It plays around 5 hand traps with 2 cards. They just go special lollipop. You lose. The deck is crazy. Really, the deck is nuts. You gotta drop Fua. So which leads to number 2. It's lingering hand traps. The number 2 best hand trap of the format is Perulia. Like, I know it sounds, but you need to draw Charmy or you are fucked like royally in a bad way. In a very bad way. You lose. Number 1 best hand trap in the format right now is Fua. Number 2 is Perulia. Number 3 is Shifter. And the only reason I'm saying Shifter is because like Shifter will be 1 probably, but not every deck could play Shifter. Now, this is where it leads to a tough decision. Droll, I think is, well, you know Droll's dog shit against Draco Tail. Droll is mid against Radiant. They do all their effects in the draw phase if they're competent. They play around both Droll and Veiler. But it's not bad versus, it's serviceable against Radiant. It's dog shit against Fiendsmith Yummy or just normal Yummy. But Droll might be your saving grace as well against Azamina Yummy. I am telling you right now, Azamina Yummy will take over the format. You guys might not see it yet because I see months in advance, baby. Azamina Yummy will take over the entire format. And when that does happen, there will be no other hand trap in the world that you're gonna want other than lingering hand traps. There's an argument that you guys want Ash Blossom banned. Give me a fucking break. If you do not open Fua, Perulia, Shifter, or Droll, which is the number 4 hand trap of the format, I'm telling you, you are fucked. But here's the thing. Droll will be useless. Perulia and Droll are almost useless against Draco Tail. Perulia is serviceable versus Draco Tail. You don't want a Perulia that draws 1 card. A Perulia that says Upstart Goblin is not worth playing whatsoever in the slightest. A Perulia that draws 2 or more is worth playing. A Perulia trading off for a 1-for-1 is fucking doo-doo. You don't want that. It's actually a waste. You for sure don't want that because it also gives them an opportunity for you to draw 0 if that's all it does. I want to put Droll at 4, but I also want to put Droll at 17. It's either the best hand trap or the worst hand trap. You can never main deck Droll in this format, but Droll is a decent, one of the best side cards. I'm putting those as the 4 best hand traps because I'm telling you, you duel Azamina Yummy and you be the judge. You don't need the best you play on the planet fucking telling you this shit. I don't give a fuck if someone gets bothered by me saying that. I see some comments sometimes. This guy's so full of himself, blah, blah. Yeah, you would be too if you played hundreds of hours of Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're just far ahead of the game. I'm the best player in the game, bar none. And if you have a problem with that, my dueling book name is 2024 YC's champion. And just so you're aware, I made that before I was a 3-time champion in 9 months. my hands are rated E for everyone, even for plebs that don't know how broken I am at this game. Anywho, after Droll, I have Ash Blossom as the next best hand trap because it stops the Charmies and is a very good hand trap. Then it's Impulse, then it's Purge, then it's Imperm. These are the best 8 hand traps. Then it's Veiler. People aren't comprehending. Veiler is one of the hand traps that people are like, oh, Veiler sucks, man. Yes. Guess what, guys? After Full Up Brilliant Shifter and Droll, there are no more lingering hand traps that are real. Nibiru's the worst hand trap of them all. I got Nibiru at number 17. If you're relying on Nibiru to resolve against a deck that has 3 Omni Negates and puts that shit up immediately, you are delusional. Nibiru is dog shit against the best deck Azamina Yumi. It's dog shit against one of the most played decks in Draco Tail, and it's utter dog shit against Radiant. It's dog shit versus all the decks. You're not playing pure Yumi. You're playing against Azamina Yumi that puts up triple Omni Negate. You want to play Nib against that deck? Be fucking real now. Like, don't give me a break, okay? After there's no other hand traps. After we're talking about the charm, and you cannot play like, I'm gonna just play Bell and Droplet, and like I'm gonna play Ash, and I'm gonna play Fua, and I'm gonna play Imperm, and I'm gonna hope that's enough. You fucking lose. You need to have triple hand trap and pray. So after those, it's Imperm and then Veiler. And Veiler is yes, it's doo-doo, but when you have Veiler, Ash, and Imperm, you have a chance. Veiler, Purge, Ash, you have a chance. Ash, Bell, Veiler, you have a chance. When you have 3 of those shitters, you have a chance. Not a high chance, but you have a chance. That's how you gotta approach it. So after the hand traps that are lingering, you need the hand traps that are doo-doo, but together, monkeys alone weak, monkeys together strong. If you learn anything from Punch the Monkey, is that he's a weakling without his little teddy bear, but then with the teddy bear, he's very powerful. So view that as the deck, a bunch of punches. So it's Imperm Veiler as the 9 best that I mentioned. Gamma is next. And here's a hand trap, number 10 hand trap that you guys are not going to even know. I'm going to say it right now. I said a hand trap before that you guys, no one knew what it was. I have another hand trap, no one knows what it is. I mentioned Sneaky C before, this ain't Sneaky C. It's Heka Hands Godos. That's right. That's fucking right. Heka Hands Godos is able in a mirror match to not only take their graveyard artifact, but also special it to your field. You could... On Heka Hands Godos, what you do is this. When your opponent, after your opponent links to, let's say it's a Radiant Mirror. You'll never find a better hand trap against Radiant. This is the best hand trap against Radiant. You side them, you play a mini Radiant package. Every deck, like Mitsurugi, every deck has some synergy with Radiant. Like they have quick play spells. You could just play 3 Vision and 1 MST in a lot of decks. So what you do is once your opponent goes into the link 2, the search MST, you special Heka Hands Godos from your hand. Heka Hands Godos, special Crosea, and you add Vision and MST from your hand, and you start with 2 fucking cards on the field. And on your turn, that goes straight into Camellia. Heka Hands Godos is a godly hand trap. And I told you guys, they don't build them like me anymore. My name on DB used to be the Decksmith, bro. I'm the Decksmith. And Heka Hands Godos is ridiculously good. I'm putting Delta next, is decent, but not the best. Azuna, if he has space in the extra deck, is very powerful. Mourner is better than Bell, trust me. Bell is next. Bell is not a hand trap. Bell is a breaker. Bell is not as good of a hand trap as you guys think, but as the 3rd or 4th hand trap, it's very powerful. Bell is used as a board breaker to stop cards like Draco Tail traps or prayers, whatever, or Yummy interrupts. But Bell doesn't actually help you stop the opponent. But when you draw a bunch of shitters together, as I said, monkeys together, strong. Ash, Imperm, Veiler, Bell, now we're talking when it's together. But Bell is very weak as a hand trap. It's just a shit breaker. But if you're playing Bell with the others together, then now we're talking. Like now it has more usage with other cards. But if you're putting Bell and Nibiru in your deck, you're fucking delusional if you're using them as hand trap. I saw someone played against me at the regional and had Nibiru and Bell in the main deck. I'm like, you are dog shit, bro. Like I didn't tell him that because I'm a nice person and he was a nice person, so I didn't say that. But that's what I was thinking. I'm like, what is this doing against any meta deck? Retaliating C is number 15, obviously in the side deck. Sorry, number 16. Nibiru is number 17. Nibiru is doo-doo, man. I'm telling you. Nibiru, wrong format. Wait. Blazing Dominion is different. Blazing Dominion is going to be the birth of so many combo decks. So many combo decks get real support where Nib becomes good. Until that shows up, doo-doo. Next, I'm putting Bestial Magnemut for the Dragon decks solely because it could add Dragon. Herald of Orange Light, like obviously is going to go way higher in decks that could use it. I'm putting number 19. Number 20, I'm putting Sneaky C. If you're playing through Retaliating C, play 1 Sneaky C because it's a free search when Retaliating C is the board. That's it for the video. 20 hand traps. If you don't have the lingering hand traps, you lose against Yummy Azamina. Yummy Azamina is the best fucking deck of the format. I'm telling ya. And if you want to learn more about Yummy Azamina on Friday the 13th, aka the nightmare of every one of our opponents and victims, because you're going to be putting up triple Omni Negate with 6 Yummy interrupts and hand traps of 12 interruptions. If you want to learn everything about that, check out my masterclass a week from now. Yesterday I posted a 40-minute video about the deck. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace! Pen best deck. Let's go.